Hello, welcome everyone. My name is Brittany Moorbacher. I am one of the advisors with Virginia Virtual Academy. I am the 10th grade advisor for this year. And we have a new session today as part of our Real Talk series. Our featured guest for today is 11th grader, Mr. Anthony Cohen, who is actually going to be a senior next year. Congratulations, Anthony. Um, Anthony, do you want to give a quick shout out and maybe tell everyone out there a little bit about yourself?
Sure thing. For those who probably may have don't know, my name's Anthony. Of course, I am actually just finished my junior year. Now, just about to be a senior. Which I just finished my second year at FAVA. Just getting ready to enter my third and final year at FAVA. That's all I just want to say there.
Okay. Well, that is great, Anthony. I know you've been working really hard in your classes
Yeah.
and you've learned some helpful tips and tricks along the way.
hmm
So I look forward to what you have prepared for us today. So our topic that Anthony is going to address first is how to get caught up if you fall behind in your classes. So he's going to speak to the do's and don'ts of getting caught up in your classes. And so I'm going to pitch the first question to Anthony, and that is, what is some of the positive advice, the do's that you have for your peers when it comes to getting caught up in classes when students have overdue assignments?
Well, one advice is I would suggest you would make a schedule. So like it says you would follow the guidance of your advisor to create a catch-up schedule. So like your advisor might have you work two assignments or two assignments a day each week um per day. So the best thing I would suggest is you would follow their advice, follow the guidance of your advisor. So work another advice is work on the weekends. Like it says, take advantage of the weekends and other days when there are no assignments on your plan. So like you would take advantage, like if there's no assignments on holidays or when it breaks, or any breaks, school breaks, when everyone's off, I would take advantage of those and get those so you can actually get all the assignments caught up in all your classes that you're behind in. And then full schedule view. It says use the full schedule view in the OMA test. Now, Miss Clem did a video on this back in 2000, well, back in earlier this school year about how to get caught up and to use the full schedule view, right? Which you'll see that example in just a moment. And an email. It says email the teacher for the classes or class is you are behind it. So like some teachers might tell you to do like 1 to 2 assignments a day, or they might have you work on a certain assignments each day, and then just might one day have you just take the test. Is there anything else you want to say on this one, or that's good?
I think you covered it pretty good, Anthony. I think that some of the other examples that you have for your peers can give them a visual of some things that you're talking about.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. Yeah.
All right.
So, all right. So here's the catch-up schedule example. So like you can actually put the beginning of your grade, like what grade you're currently dealing with. For instance, if you're currently like having like an F or failing a percentage, you would put the percentage here, and then you would have like your course can go up here and your end grade after each week. So like if you're behind a certain week, like let's say if you're behind early September or any or second week of September, you would put that week of September on top of this template, and then you would just put the lessons you should do each day on these categories. So like Monday, you would do like 2 lessons. like put like 2.01 or 2.2, Tuesday 2.02, well 2.03 and '04, excuse me, and then '05 and '06, Wednesday, so on and so forth until you get fully caught up in all classes. This can go for whatever courses you take. Um, is there anything else you want to say on this one?
I would just say that if you are behind in your classes, your advisors usually email out to you templates like these to
Mhm.
help you get caught up in your classes. And we also offer office hour sessions and group help sessions to get you caught up in your class. So I would encourage you to go to those sessions if you are feeling behind, and we can offer some suggestions to help you get back on track. And then if you still need some support, your advisor can meet with you one-on-one, or you can connect with one of our student leaders like Anthony, to meet one-on-one, and we can help you figure out how many assignments to work on a day. But usually what we do, we would just ask students to add up how many assignments they have total to get caught up on, and then divide that by the number of days they have left to work. So just think about that, and think about, days that you may not be working on, and factor that in when you're trying to work at a steady pace to get caught up.
All right.
Okay.
So, all right. So here's the catch up template, catch up full schedule view example. So this was basically from my advisor meeting back in late September when Miss Clem, when I had an advisory meeting with Miss Clem. As you all probably noticed, Miss Clem was the advisor last year for grades 10 through 12. This year she's taken on 11 and 12. She took on grades 11 and 12. Possibly next year she could be doing 11 and 12 as well. But this is the catch-up example. So how to use the full schedule view. She walked me, as you probably know, she walked me through it. So what she basically told me is you would click on the content tab of your course schedule. Once you get into your class, you would click on course schedule is your second step. Once you get to your course schedule, you can actually click on your full schedule view where you see the overdue tab, you see the upcoming, which see what assignments you have upcoming and the full schedule. And then afterwards you would you would go minimize each day that you have check marks. So like you completed September 7th, check marks, 8 check marks, so on and so forth until all the way to where you see dots. And that's where you would start. That's would be step 4, which is you would basically start from where you left off and just continue working day by day until you get fully caught up. It might take some time if you're behind by 7 or more days. So do you have anything else to say about this one?
Yeah, I will just say that as you're working on your assignments and through your lessons in the OMHS, you will see things check off on the full schedule view. Okay. So as you complete each lesson, and if you open them all the way up, you'll see little check marks and sometimes even progress bars. That can be helpful too if you wanted to see where you left off in the course and just wanting to go through things in order, which we highly suggest. In addition, you want to think about when a term starts. So, for instance, if second term starts somewhere in the mid-October, you doing the second quarter, would not be able to go back to first quarter and work on previous assignments. So if you're getting caught up using the full schedule view, you would just look at the start of the second quarter, which again would probably be somewhere in October, and then just do all the assignments from the start of that term all the way down. All right,
Yep.
so just remember those important deadlines.
Mhm. Yeah, which I think the second quarter starts around October 18th.
Somewhere in there, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll give you those important deadlines when you start. But just know that the general way that things work at VAVA is that you have a loose deadline for your assignments until the end of a quarter, and at the end of the quarter, your grades are locked in stone. All right, so you want to make sure that you are really focusing in on getting all your work in prior to the end of a term.
All right.
Mm.
All right.
Okay, so I think we did a good job, or you did a good job, especially Anthony, taking the lead on some do's as far as getting caught up in your classes. Can you speak a little bit now about some things that your peers maybe should avoid if they want to get caught up when they're behind?
All right. Sure thing. All right. So when catching up, avoid things. So overdo it, which is don't do too much work at one time. In other words, don't try to do like focus on all overdues at one time. Eventually, you can get exhausted and tired from doing all the assignments at one time. So you want to basically avoid doing too much work. Procrastination, which is of don't wait till until the last week of the quarter to get everything caught up. In other words, if you wait till the last week of the quarter to get everything caught up, you are going to likely be feeling overwhelmed and stressed when it comes to the final day of the quarter, each quarter or semester. All-nighters, which is don't stay up all night trying to get caught up in all classes. If you are behind in all classes, it is best recommended that you don't stay up all night. Because if you do stay up all night trying to get caught up in all your classes, you will eventually start sleeping throughout the day of your school time. So you want to avoid staying up all night. Is there anything else you want to add on to this or that's good?
I think you did a great job, Anthony. I think the main thing that I see from what you're saying is that it's a good idea to pace yourself when you're behind. You know, address the issue sooner than later, and then come up with a plan. Use those templates that your advisors give you to start getting caught up in your classes and advocating for yourself if you need help.
All right.
Alrighty. I think is that all that Anthony that you had? I think that was all that you had for this session. Any last thoughts or comments that you wanted to add as far as catching up in your classes?
Um, Nothing else I can add for now.
Okay. All right. I think we've covered the most of it. Again, just reach out to your peers, your student leaders, who will be available to you this upcoming year, and then also to your advisors who are your first point of contact for everything. Have a wonderful school year, guys.
All right.